Alright, we are back on another Bazaar day, and we are going to go over this southeast courtyard objective, which sits about right there where that red dot is. Vault will spawn in where this white dot is. Marsoc only has one more spawns, so they'll spawn in right there where that green dot is, or somewhere up in here, I can't remember. I think it's right there, somewhere around in there, maybe even over here. It's definitely somewhere up in this north area. So they can get either one of those spawns. It varies. Hopefully a new kid shoots his gun off in the air or something, and we'll know quicker. Don't do that. That's a no-no. You don't want to give your spawn off. You want to keep the folk guessing as long as possible, which is a little harder to do when you get this spawn because it's quick spawn. I'll call that quick spawn. Let's see, north, south, east, west, and get in here. And of course, I know we're close to the objective. Spawn down in the west. Okay. So let me get up and run over here real quick. This is, call this Main Street, Central Street, whatever you want to call this. I like to call that Center Street. This is Main Street. We got Market. I'm not sure what to call this garage looking like building. Workshop. Got a lot of tools in it. Got these blue rooms. A bunch of blue rooms all around. You can number them, name them, however you want. This is where Volk will spawn in on this objective. The objective will sit right there in front of them. But this is where Volk will spawn in. Now, normally they'll split up because you'll have one or two people instantly push south to see if anybody pushes south. If they got the south spawn, there'll be a couple of them may push across the street. And if you push out here quick enough and you're good to go, shoot down there and get a couple of them. Push down in here. Go ahead and cover this area. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. I'll rewind to where the objective actually is. But yeah, you can push down there. If they got that quick spawn, you can cap a couple of them right there. Right here's where the objective will sit. I'm gonna say right around in there. Maybe this way. Right in this general area is where the objective will sit. Kaboom! Everybody loves explosions, right? Anyways, you can get in these buildings now. Used to, you wouldn't be able to walk in here. But you can sit in here, peek this. You can see people crossing, coming down through there. Oh, there's a little ledge. If you push them close enough to the wall, it lets go. Anyways, oh, that might be a good spot for C4 actually. Now that I think about it, you could throw a C4 somewhere in there. Wait for them to walk in there. Bang! They all dead. They just died. And when they're alone, cap them. Double tap them. Make sure they're dead. So that's a good spot to sit. Be able to peek through. If you just want to sit back and watch that doorway and just listen, you can see some of the other doorways. You can watch this angle if someone tries to come through there. Try not to have your back turned when they do come through there, or otherwise you're dead. Make sure you have your tablet out somewhere. Just be sitting here crouched, listening, watching both those ways with some C4 right in there. That messed up. Let me grab my tablet, refresh this. There's some C4 in that window somewhere. That went a little far. You can sit here and listen. Here's some feet step behind them. Boom, they're dead. Pick your gun back up, keep your eyes up, something in that nature. It gets a little stressful sometimes, especially whenever they're all that close to the objective. But, yep, that's one spot, and that's a good spot to put C4. You have to hide it a little bit, maybe put it down here in this little cubby hole, maybe put it down on this, so they ain't expecting it whenever they walk around. But then again, if they walk around and see it, they can easily shoot it and disable it. Maybe you blow it before then. Let's see. Another good spot to sit. People like to push up here and sit up here. It gives them eyes across the street in the south. Through these windows, they can hear underneath of them. They can shoot inside that doorway. They are exposed up here. We're very exposed. So, just a heads up with that is one of the downfalls of this. I mean, you can crouch down, make yourself smaller, but you're still exposed for all those windows across the street, those windows, and there. And exposure is bad whenever you got all them angles to cover and you're the last man. So if you're the last man, this is probably not a good spot to go. But if you got a full squad, this is a good spot to go. So you know people got your back and watching multiple angles, and it gives you less cover, less to have to cover. Anyways, get back down here. Another good spot. People like to sit right here in this corner. It doesn't give you much cover, but it gives you one really good angle straight across that street right there into that market. Anybody tries to come across that street, and they almost have to come across that street if they're coming from that way. You can just wait for them to come. Pop, pop, pop. They're dead. You can also hear people coming in behind you in this blue room. Not very good with that yet. Anyways, a couple of other good spots to sit. People like to sit behind here again, shoot through it. Spot to sit is like right in here. If you got a full team and you know somebody's covering that direction, you can sit here and just cover this back direction. Make sure you don't get flanked. You can still come out and peek objective if you need to. Be very wary of your back if someone flanked around and you're over here and you come around to peek the objective. You got your back turned, bam, you're dead. Good spot to sit or peek every once in a while. Just maybe jiggle out, peek this, but it's a good way to die too, because they got that south spawn and you're doing this number. Good way to die. If they're already sitting there and got sights up, and you peek at, you're dead pretty well. You ain't got a chance. They don't normally have you every time. Good spot to sit right here. You can watch that way. You can listen for anybody. If they try to come in, sneak through there, you got them. They come in behind you, you can pop out and get them. And you can still see the objective. And you can see down that little alleyway there too. Again, if they got this spawn down here and you push across the street and get to the south, it's risky. You can possibly get a couple of them. I know people, this building you could always get in, but people like to sit here, back in this building though. So it don't provide you much cover, but you can sit here and you can see down through there and watch the objective. I know people like to sit behind this box, they'll sit behind these boxes. I can shoot through the boxes. You cannot shoot through the boxes. But yeah, they can sit behind here, you know, crouch down. You can listen for that direction. Be watching for the uplink. Have your tablet right here in front of you, beside you. So you can be sitting here watching for your teammates. Just glance down, watch that way. Gives you some cover. I've seen people push all the way down. I've seen people push all the way down here before. You know, sit right here behind this wall and just wait. Most of the time, nobody expects them to be sitting right here. When they kick it, bang, they're dead. Or when they really come around the corner, bang, they're dead. So that's another. Again, if they got that spawn there, you gotta be pretty quick to get across the street. Or if they get bad shots. This is not a good spot. This is a very, very bad spot. I mean, it's a good spot, but very bad. There's so many places to get shot from. And you're a good ways away from the objective. So if you're on objective, and you're playing on just mainly defense, all you're worried about is making sure they don't get to that objective. So if you don't go any further than this, and gives you enough space where it's not very far away if you need to, in a hurry, you can run back over here really fast. You know, and hopefully if they got smokes or but you know, try to stay in a certain general area around objective. So when you see you're the last man on your team alive, you can run back and defend the uplink so they don't get to cap. Now, another idea is if you have people on the uplink and you are that outside man and you know you can flank around, go for a flank, because if you can get 2 people dead out of 5 and you still got 4 people up on uplink, that's pretty good odds. I mean, it's still doable. They can still kill your team. You can still sacrifice yourself, but it was worth a shot. There were some C4 placements real quick. While you're sitting up there on top, you can put C4 somewhere down below. Whenever you hear them come in the building, you know, you're sitting up top, hear people come in, boom, blow them up. You could also do that while you're sitting here, but if you're sitting here, I'd recommend a longer range gun than one of these little pea shooters for the distance, because these guns ain't really all that good in distance, in my opinion. I don't have much luck with them in the distance, but they could probably put C4 somewhere over here when if they hear somebody in there, boom, they're dead. See C4 placement in here. You can put it anywhere in here. If you got somebody sitting here, even right here, you can sit right here. You got C4 back in that room. Someone comes in that room, boom, they're dead. You can just hide it right there, probably. Might kill them from this far away. Pretty sure they'd probably kill them about this far away. So you hear the feet steps, you hear a couple people run in. Boom, they're dead. Yeah, that would definitely kill them. Right there. Boom, they're dead. You're sitting here watching the objective like this. Hear some people come in behind you. You got that C4 there. Grab that clicker off your chest, click it, boom. Come around the corner, double tap. Hopefully they ain't got a guy standing back watching, so you don't get refragged. Let's see, another C4 placement. The guy sitting here. You can probably put C4 somewhere in this room. I've seen people sit right here behind this wall, and they'll just be watching straight ahead. Over here, you're a little exposed, but you can do it. But if they're sitting there and they got C4 with them, they can throw C4 up here in this alleyway. You can throw C4 anywhere in this room. If they hear people, because I'm pretty sure you can hear the footsteps from that far away. You're sitting there, you got C4 over there, click, boom, they're dead. What else? You can get up on top of either one of these buildings, just like you can that one. But again, you're exposed, awfully exposed. That's about everything I can think of for this objective. I mean, I could go over like flanking routes and stuff like that, but we'll do that at a different time when I have people for demonstrations. So test dummies. Shoot, blow up, give a little entertainment to these videos. Get some dead bodies flying. Body parts going this way and that way. But I hope you enjoyed the video. We're going to go out with a bang again. I think I covered about all the objectives that, no, there's still one more objective in this map I could go with. But, hope you enjoyed the video. We're going to go out with another bang.